In this video, we're going to go through on Rosyth School End of Year Examination 2024 Mathematics Primary 5 Paper 2. So let's get started. Okay, question 1. The figure below is made up of a rectangle and a triangle. Find the area of the figure over here. So we know that the length and the breadth of the rectangle. So we just write here area of rectangle is equal to length times breadth, and in this case it's equal to 10 centimeters, or 10 times 3, which is equal to 30 centimeters square. Okay, so now the next part is how do we get the area of the triangle. So we know that this is 4 centimeters. So what is the base over here, right? So base of triangle is equal to 10 minus 4, which is equal to 6 centimeters. Then we know the height as well. So height of triangle triangle is equal to 10 minus 5, which is 5 centimeters. Therefore, the area of triangle is equal to half times 5 times 6, or half times base times height, right? It's not 5 times 6, but base times height. Okay, so we know that the base of the triangle is 6 and the height is 5. Therefore, in this case, this will be 15 centimeter square. Right, so let's double confirm with our calculator. Right, so oops. Okay, so let's confirm this with our calculator over here. So just half is just 0.5 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 5. Okay, this will give us 15 centimeter square. So then we got the total area of figure is equal to 30 plus, plus 15, and this will give us 45 centimeter square. There you go. So the answer is 45 centimeter square. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question number 2. All right, so in this case over here, it says the table shows the rental rate for a bicycle. So the first hour is $8. For every additional hour or part thereof is $2.50. Mr. Shaw rented a bike from 11:30 to 2:10 p.m. How much did he pay for the bike rental? Okay, so 11:30 a.m. to um 12, or is it 12 p.m. is 30 minutes. 12 p.m. to 2:10 p.m. is equal to 2 hours and 10 minutes. Okay, so total time is 2 hours 10 minutes plus 30 minutes is equal to 2 hours and 40 minutes. Okay, so now we know the total time is not 1 hour, 2 hours for yeah. Okay, so now first hour you need to pay $8. Okay, so remaining time is equal to first 1 hour. Okay, I'll just put 1 hour. First hour is first 1 hour. Same. 2 hours 40. Yeah. Why do I always write 1 hour 40 minutes? 2 hours 40 minutes minus 1 hour is equal to 1 hour 40 minutes. Okay, and then number of blocks for additional half hour, right? So in this case will be um so we want to convert 1 hour 40 minutes. Okay, so I'm just going to do this. So 1 hour 40 minutes. Okay, actually just yeah, so 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Okay, I'm just gonna put like this. Okay, then remaining time will be also equal to 60 plus 40, which is 100 minutes. Okay, so in this case like this, right? So number of for additional half hour. So 1 hour is 60 minutes, and then half an hour is equal to 60 divided by 2 equal to 30 minutes. Okay, so half hour, which is 30 minutes. So this is 100, and then we divide by 30. Okay, this will give us 30.33, right? 30, 100 divided by 30, 3.33. So 3.333 dot dot dot, and then we will round up. This will give us 4. Okay, round up cause have includes part. All right. Okay, if that makes sense, right? Okay, so we have number of blocks. That's what I see over here. Okay, so now there's a lot of workings over here. So I'm gonna make this smaller. Okay, so then, all right, I'll just put like this. Okay, so now we have 4. Now the next part is we want to have the total. So total is total remaining cost is equal to 4 times 2.50, which is equal to $10. Okay, so total cost will be 10 plus 8. This will become $18. Okay, so the answer is $18. That's what you see over here. All right. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Question number 3. So Mr. Lee bought 2 identical tables and 2 identical chairs from a furniture store. He paid $3,450 in total. The cost of 2 chairs was $300 more than the cost of one table. Find the cost of a table. So I'm going to use simultaneous equation. Okay, let's see if I can make this a little bit bigger. All right, so simultaneous equation over here. So what this means is that let T be table or one table. Let C be one chair. Okay, so in this case, 2 table plus 2 chair is equal to $3,450. Okay, the cost of 2 chairs was $300 more than one. So 2 chairs is $300 more. So 2C is equal to 1 table plus $300. Okay, so we can swap 2C. So this is like okay, swap 2C. So equation 1 is this, and then equation 2 swap equation 2 to equation 1. So that means 2t plus 2c is 1t plus $300 equal to dollars 3450. So 3t is equal to plus 300. Okay, like this, and then 3t is equal to 3450 minus 300 equal to 3150. Okay, so 1t is equal to 3150 minus, oh sorry, divide, got discount, no lah, no discount, so 1050. Okay, dollars. So let's double check, right? In this case over here, so 3450 minus 300, 315 divided by 31050 dollars. Okay, there you go. All right. Okay, that's it. Let's move on to question number 4. The average of the height of 30 students in class is 127 centimeters. What is the total height of all the students in the class? Okay, so basically we want meters and centimeters. So so total is equal to 33 times 127. Okay, and this will equal to 33 multiplied by 127, 4191, 4191 centimeter. Okay, so 1 meter is equal to 100 centimeter. Okay, and then 100 centimeter equal to 1 meter. 1 centimeter equal to 1 divided by 100. Okay, we can use this as well, which is 0.0 1 divided by 100, 0.01, right? 0.01 meters. So in this case, leave your answers in meters, centimeters. 4191 centimeters is equal to 4191, then divide by 100 equal to, okay, so 4191 divided by 100, okay, 41.91 meters. So that means 41.91 meters is equal to 41 meters and 91 centimeters. Okay, so that's the answer. 41 meters and 91 centimeters. Alrighty, let's move on. Question number 5. ABCD is a rectangle. AC and BE are straight lines. AEB is 56 degrees. Find ABE. ABE. Okay, so I think pretty straightforward. This here is a right angle triangle, right? So EAB angle, right? So angle EAB is a 90 degrees, right? Okay, and then say basically, so angle ABE, right? ABE is equal to 180 minus 90 minus 56, right? So I also want to say ABE is a right angle triangle, right? In this case over here, so I'm going to draw the line, okay, like this. 1, and then 2, and then 3. Okay, this is a right angle triangle. Okay, so now from this, 90 minus 56 will be 44 degrees. That's what you see over here. Okay, so let's see if this is correct. 180 minus 90 minus 180 minus 90 minus 56, 34. Sorry, not 44, 34. Okay, always double check your work. All right, there you go. That's it. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 6. All right, this way it gets serious. At first, Amelia has an equal number of green and yellow sticks. She gave away 1/6 of her green sticks. In the end, she was left with a total of 396 sticks. What fraction of her sticks are yellow left are yellow? Okay, so if you want to draw a, what do you call this, a model, you also can. So you have 1, you have 2. Okay, so in this case we have green, green, and we also have yellow, right? So she gave away 1/6 of a stick. So yellow gave away units, 1 unit. Yellow total units is equal to 6 units. Okay, so in this case, like this all. Okay, so I'm going to draw another rectangle like this. Okay, and this is 1 unit, right? So 1 out of 6 is given away. Wait, and then we just do like this. Okay, and this is over here, 5 units, right? So what's left? Yellow left units is equal to 6 minus 1 equal to 5 units. Okay, so what of her fraction sticks are left yellow? Okay, so we know the number of yellow left units. So we also know that green total units is also 6 units, right? In this case over here. So what fractions of her sticks left are yellow? So sticks left are yellow. Okay, so in this case, we will say total sticks left is equal to 5 plus 6 is equal to 11. So therefore, fractions of sticks left are yellow is equal to, left is 5, and then 5 over 11. Okay, that's it, right? I'm just gonna actually put the fraction 5 over 11 like this lah. Okay, so at least it's according to what people see lah. Okay, so sticks left is 5 to 11. That's what you see over here. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Question part B. So how many green sticks did she have at first? Okay, so we know that this total is 6 units, and then we also know that she was left with 396. Okay, so 396. Okay, so with that said, we know total left units is equal to 11 units. Then total left is equal to 396. 396, so that means 11 units is equal to 396. So 1 unit is equal to 396 divided by 11. Okay, use the calculator. 396 divided by 11. This will become 36. Okay, so how many green sticks did she have at first? So green sticks, 6 units. So green sticks units is equal to 6 units. So that means 6 units is equal to 6. I'll just put arrow. Okay, 6 times 36. This will give us, I'll just use the calculator, 6216. Okay, so there you go. So that's the answer, 216. All right, let's move on to the next question. Question number 7. All right, question 7. It says the diagram below shows two isosceles triangle, AB equal to AC equal to AD. So it looks something like this, right? So you have AB, AC, and AD are the same. Then DAB, so DAB is 114. So I'm just going to draw like this as 114. All right, so find ACD. ACD is this one that we are looking for. I'm going to put a question mark. All right. Okay, so in this case, we know that this is isosceles. So we know that this over here is 62 and then degrees over here, correct? So I'll just put here lah, angle A ABC is equal to angle ACB. ACB is equal to, that means it's 62 degrees. Okay, so now ACD, yep. So we can get this angle here over here. So I'm just going to draw this angle, maybe red. I want to put this as red. Okay, so in this case, angle BAC, right? So angle BAC is equal to 180 minus 62 minus 62. What would this give us? 180 minus 62 minus 62. This gives us 56 degrees. Okay, so in this case over here, this is 56 degrees. Right, so we know this is 56. Then we can get this angle over here as well. Right, so from here, angle DAC, right? Angle DAC is equal to 114 minus 56. Okay, and this will give us 58. 114 minus 56. Okay, 58 degrees. Okay, so I'm gonna just copy and paste, put in green, 58 degrees. So now we are left with what we want, which is angle ACD, right? So we have here ACD is equal to 180 minus 58, and then we divide this by 2. Right, so 180 minus 58 is 122, and then we by 2, this is 61 degrees. There you go. So that's the answer, 61 degrees. Right, pretty straightforward. Okay, I'm gonna put 61 degrees units as well in black. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 8. Okay, question number 8 says Mrs. Low gave 5/6 of her money to her 3 children. Fred, Greg, and Helen in the ratio of 1 is to 2 is to 3. Helen received $190 more than Fred. How much money did the three children receive all together? Okay, so in this case over here, we can just write down Fred is equal to 1 unit, and then Greg is equal to 2 units, and Helen, favorite child, 3 units. Favorite child. Smiley face. Okay. All right. So, okay. So we know that Helen received $190. So Helen received Fred, okay, plus 190, okay, dollars more. Okay, in this case over here. So that means like Helen minus Fred i- is equal to dollars 190. So Helen is 3 units minus Fred is 1 unit equal to 190, right? Let me double confirm. Okay. So 2 units equal to dollars 190. 1 unit is equal to 190 divided by 295. Okay, so let's double confirm. 190 divided by 2, this is $95. Okay, so how much money did the children receive altogether? So total units, yeah, it's equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6 units, right? So 6 units is equal to 6 times $95, which is equal to uh, $570. All right, there you go. Okay, so that's the answer over here. Okay, next one. How much money did Mrs. Low have at first? So 5 6 is, so I think 5 6 of money is equal to dollars 570. So 1/6 of money, then we just divide by 5. Okay, in this case, actually I can just copy the whole thing lah. Okay, and then we divide it by 5, and this will give us, so 5 7 divided by 5, dollars 114. So 6 out of 6 is equal to 114 multiplied by 6. Okay, 6 equal to $6, $684. Right. Okay, there is it. So the answer is $684. Okay. All right, next question. Question 9. A box has a total of 3,180 yellow, pink, and black beads. The ratio of the number of yellow beads to the number of pink beads is 2 is to 3. The ratio of number of black beads to the number of total number of beads is 7 is to 11. Write the ratio of number of yellow beads to the number of black beads to the number of pink beads. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put the ratio for yellow and then to the pink, right? Like this. So 2 is to 3, something like this, right? Okay, the ratio of number of black beads to the total numbers is 7 is to 12. Okay, so I just want to write down so it's easier for me to see. Black and then total is equal to, in this case, 7 is to 12. Okay, from here, luckily everything looks normal. So total is equal to 12 units, and then black is equal to 7 units. So that means yellow and plus pink is equal to 12 minus 7, which is 5 units. Okay, I'm going to put this here, put a black, right? So in this case, oops, let me put rectangle so it's easier to block them out. So yellow and pink, right? So yellow plus pink is equal to 2 is to 3 plus yellow plus pink equal to 2 plus 3 equal to 5 units. Okay, So now in this case, that means no need to convert. Therefore, right? Therefore, we want the black is to yellow is to black is to pink. Yellow is to black is to pink. Okay, so I'm just okay. No need this lah actually. So black is total. I'll just put a line below like this. It's all about arranging stuff. Okay. All right. So yellow is to black is to pink. Black is to pink. Okay. Is equal to. So our black is 7. 7 is to pink is where's pink? 3. And then yellow is 2. Okay. 2 is to 7 is to 3. In this case over here. Okay, there you go. So the answer is 2 is to 7 is to 3. Let's move on to B. How many black bits are there in the box? Okay, so we know the total is equal to 12 units. Okay, and then total is 3180. Okay, total bits is equal to 3180. Okay, so then how many black bits are there? So black bits is 7 units. Bits black is equal to units equal to 7 units, right? Okay, so that means 12 units. We will get the 1 unit first, right? So 12 units is equal to 3180. Okay, and then 1 unit is equal to 3180, and then we divide it by 12. Okay, use our calculator. 3180 divided by 12. This is 265, right? And then 7 units is this. So 7 units is equal to 7 times 265 is equal to, then multiply by 7, 1855. 1855. Okay, there you go. So that's the answer. The answer is 1855. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question 10 over here. So it says here the figure below shows a square ABCD with side 10 centimeters. The difference between the parameter of the shaded part and the unshaded part is 12 centimeters. Find the area of the shaded part. Okay, so we know that this whole, we just draw an arrow that this is 10 centimeters. I drew every single side is 10 centimeters as well. So the next thing is that I want to also highlight the different parameters. So for the unshaded part, I'm going to put this as red so that it's easier to see. So the only difference is that there is this on the left side over here. Okay, and also this part over here. Okay, so this is the unshaded part. So I'm going to put this here, right? I'm going to say this is the unshaded part. Okay, I think it's pretty obvious. And we also have the shaded part over here. I'm going to make this small and yellow so it's easier to see, right? Unshaded part, this is the shaded part. Okay, the shaded part, I'm also going to put the line, okay, as what is over here. Okay, maybe I'll put it as blue lah, right? So this one should be blue as well. Okay, so this line should be a bit more thick. Okay, so now we know that these two are the shaded and unshaded part. So we're gonna also do something like this where we're gonna name this. Wait, I'm gonna have this arrow again, right? I'm gonna name this as X. Okay, so this is X, right? And then I'm gonna name this as Y. Okay, so this is Y. That's what I see over here. So if this is Y, then this means this is 10 minus Y. Okay, 10 minus Y in this case over here. So from here, I think we have a better sense of how this is being calculated. So the unshaded part is equal to, so we have 10 plus 10. So I'm gonna 10, oops, 10 plus 10. Okay, unshaded part, right? 10 plus 10 plus 10 minus Y plus X. So I'm gonna write down. So 10 plus 10 plus 10 plus, I'll just put x, and then plus 10 minus y. Okay, makes sense, right? And then this will just be, so you just calculate all the tens, right? This will be 30 plus x and then minus y. Okay, so that is the unshaded part. Okay, what about the shaded part? So shaded part is equal to, you have 10 as well, right? 10 centimeters plus y plus x. Okay, so you have 10 plus x plus y. Okay, I'll just put like this. So we also know the difference, right? The difference, the parameter of the shaded part, unshaded part is 12 centimeters. Okay, so obviously the unshaded part is bigger. So unshaded part minus shaded part is equal to 12. Then we can swap in, right? So 30 plus x plus y. Sorry, unshaded 30, this one, bracket. I'll just put bracket. And then minus the shaded part, right? So in this case, bracket the 10 plus x plus y equal to 12. So anything negative here, we need to convert into the plus into minus as well. Okay, so 30 plus x minus y, okay, minus 10, right? Not 30, 10 minus x minus y is equal to 12. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to group them. Okay, so from here you have 30 minus 10, right? Plus x minus x minus y equal to 12. So 30 minus 10 is 20. X minus x is 0. Okay, and then minus y is not plus, minus 2y equal to 12. Right? So from here, I think we can solve this, right? So from here, we can say 20 is equal to 12 plus 2y, and then 2y is equal to 20 minus 12, and 2y, which is equal to 8, and y is equal to 8 divided by 2, and this will be 4 centimeters. So now we know that this y over here is, I'll put here 4 centimeters as well, right? In this case over here. Okay, so now we know the next part is the shaded part. Okay, so the shaded part over here, area of shaded part is equal to half times base times height. So the base is 10 and the height is 4. And in this case is 20, right? So let's double check with our calculator. 0.5 multiplied by 10 multiplied by 4, 20 centimeter. Okay, and then square. Skew. There you go. All right, so yep, the answer is 20 centimeter square. Right, so this is a tougher one, but manageable, I believe, still. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. All right, question 11. So A, B, C, D, all right, over here is a square. The unshaded part is made up of 4 identical isosceles triangle, right, marked over here, with the base measuring 8 centimeters. The length of CD is 6 times the length of the base of a triangle. Okay, so in this case over here, we're gonna put this as 6 units. Okay, 6 units. And then the base of the triangle is 1 unit, like this. So each of this is 1 unit. That means since this is 8 centimeters, this is also 8 centimeters. And also in this is 8 centimeters as well. Okay, so find the height of the triangle. So where's the height of triangle? Is this one, right? So this is the height of triangle. Okay, over here. So I'm gonna draw this one, maybe dot dot dot, and maybe, yeah. So this is the height of the triangle. Okay, something like this. All right, so I think we will know what is the height of a triangle, because if this is 1 unit and these are the same, right? This one and also this one is the same, right, over here, as you can see, right? So that means we can figure out what is the height of the triangle. Okay, so we know 1 unit is equal to 8 centimeters. Then we know 6 units equal to 6 times 8 equal to 48 centimeters. Okay, so how many units are these two over here? So we can actually just having 48. So we know that these two sides are 48. So what is these two sides? So height of triangle in units, right? So here you don't need this, but so two height of triangles in units is equal to 6 units minus 6 units minus 1 unit is equal to 5 units. Okay, so that means 5 units is equal to 5 times 8, which is equal to 40 centimeter. So that means if two height of the triangle over here, okay, is equal to, in this case, 40 cm, so one height of triangle is equal to 40, and then we divide it by 2, it will give you 20 centimeters. So the answer to this is 20 centimeters over here. All right, so let's move on. Okay, the next part says find the total area of, so part B, find the total area of the shaded parts. So if we can get the area of the triangle, then we can minus off this area of square, right? So area of square, so area of square, so I would say length of square is equal to 6 units, right? So we know 1 unit is 8 cm, so 6 times 8 equal to 48 centimeters. Okay, so length of square in units is equal to 6 units, and we know 1 unit is 8 centimeters in this case over here. Okay, so the area of the square is equal to 48 times 48, and this will then become, right, so 48 times 48, 2304 centimeter square. Okay, so now we know that this whole area of square is 2304 centimeters square. The next thing is you want to get the area of triangle. So one triangle, right, which is equal to, so we know the height of the triangle is 20 centimeter. So it's half times base times height. So we know the base is 8, right, according to this 8 centimeters. And then the height itself is 20 centimeters. This will be 80 centimeter square, right? Okay, so now the next thing is we know the area of the square. We know, or I'll say area of big square. So bigger square, big square, big square. So next thing is we want to know the area of small square area. Actually, don't need to have. Do we need? Yeah, we don't need. So basically, shaded part area of shaded part is equal to. So we have 2304, which is basically big square minus 4 triangle, like this. Okay, that's it. Which is in this case over here, big square is 2304, and then minus 4 times triangle 80. So this will be 2304 minus 4 times 80 is 320. Okay, whoops. Okay, so let's double check our our calculations. Minus, so I'll cancel everything first. So 4 times 80. Okay, this will be 320. So half is 0.5 times 8 times 20. This will be 80. Okay, so 2304 and then minus 320. Okay, and this will give us 1984 centimeter square. Okay, and that's it. There you go. So this is the answer. All right, let's move on to the next question, question number 12. So it says here different lengths of ribbons were used to decorate big and small trees as shown below. Part A, Mr. Yaki decorated 36 big trees and 36 small trees. How many meters of ribbon he used altogether? So you have 13 meters of ribbon and 5 meters, 13 meters for 4 big trees and 5 meters for 6 small trees. All right, so what we can do is we we know over here is 36 big trees. So 4 big trees will use 13 meters of ribbon. Then to go to 36, right? Oh wait, sorry, 36 big trees. Okay, is equal to 36, right? 36 divided by 4, okay, and then times 13, which is basically 9 times 13, which is 130117. So let's double check. So 9 times 13, okay, so this becomes 117. So I see over here. So now we know how many big trees used in terms of ribbons. Now the next one is 6 small trees, okay, is equal to 5 meters of ribbon, and then 36 small trees is equal to, right, 36 and then divided by 6 and then multiply by 5. So 36 divided by 6 is 6 times 6 is 36 36 meters. Okay, so yeah, 36 divided by 6. So let's double check. 36 divided by 4 times 13, 7. 36 divided by 6. Oh, we don't times this 6 times 5. So this should be 30 meters. Okay, my bad on that. So this divided by 6, then multiply by 5. This is 30 meters. Okay, great. So let's do total. Equal to 117 plus 30 is equal to 147, right? So that's the answer. 147 meters over here. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so this is part B. Mr. Wally used a total of 853 meters of ribbon to decorate some big and small trees. He decorated 24 more small trees than big trees. How many trees did Mr. Wally have? So this is what we call the number x value concept. Okay, similar, yeah, this is the concept over here. Okay, so what we can do in this case, don't know whether this, yeah, okay, so we know that he decorated 24 small trees than big trees. So in this case we have 4 small trees, that is 13 meters. Okay, and then so 24, no, this is big tree, sorry, 6 more trees. Okay, 6 more trees. Okay, if I were to draw a model, right, so we have big and then we have small, right? So in essence the big one will look something like this, right? And then the small one will look something like this. Okay, and then we have 24 more small trees over here. Okay, so I'll just write here 24, right, in this case over here, right? So in this case the big and small is the equal amount, so this is number of trees. Okay, so in this case over here we have 6 more trees equal to 5 meters. That means then we have 24 small trees is equal to 24, and then we divide by 6 and then multiply by 5. Okay, 24 divided by 6 is 4 times 5. This will give us 20. Right, so now the next step is, since we know without the 24, right, we can minus the total. So I'll say big plus small trees equal, okay, but basically it's 853, right? The total amount minus 20 is equal to 833 meters. Okay, so in essence, right, this and this over here, right, is 833 meters in this case over here, right? So without the 24, like this. Okay, so what we can do is that we know that the number of trees is the same So next step is find the lowest common multiple for number of trees, which is in this case for, let me push this a little bit to the side, which is 4 and 6. That gives us 12, right? So that means in this case 4 big trees. So we know 4 big trees is equal to 30 meters. 12 big trees, okay, in this case is equal to 13. So 12 divided by 4 times 13, and this will give us, let me just check, 339. Okay, 39 meters. So we know 6 more trees is 5 meters. Then for 12 small trees, right, we know that this is 12 divided by 6 and then multiply by 5. This will give us 10 meters. Okay, so in this case, right, over here, let's put another line like this so I can add here. So one group is equal to 12 big plus small, right? Small, that's what I see over here. Okay, so this I would say equal amounts. Then let me draw here. Okay, so one group value is equal to 39 plus 10, which is 49 meters. Let me just remove the space so it's okay like this lah, right? Okay, so then right like this. Okay, so then number of groups is equal to 833. Then oops, not 933. So 833 divided by 49. Okay, so in this case 833 divided by 49 already calculated is 17 groups, right? So that means 17 groups is equal to, so 12 plus 12 in this case will be 24, right, total. Then 17 groups is just 17 times 24. This will give us, multiply to 24, 408, 408. And then we add the additional, so 408 plus 20. The answer is for not 20 but 24, right? 24. What's the total? 853. Oh yeah, correct, 20 meters. Okay, so the additional 24 over here is equal to 432. 3 trees, right? So total trees is equal to 432 in this case over here. All right, so yeah, that's about it. Okay, hopefully this is the number x value concept lah. So hopefully this makes sense in this case over here. Okay, so let me just put this like this instead. Okay, so let's move on to the next question. Question, so 432 at the bottom. All right. Okay, so now the next part is 13 over here. All right, question 13. The line graph below shows the number of visitors who visited the National Library over a period of 5 months. Right, each of the statement below is true, false, or not possible to tell from the information given above. For each statement, put a tick to indicate your answer. So over here, let's zoom in and see how many gaps. So there's one gap, right? One gap and two gaps, right? So in this in this case, two gaps is equal to, so we have 10,000. One gap is equal to 5,000, right? So 10,000 divided by 2. Okay, right? So we are divide, oops, by 2 is equal to 5,000 in this case. All right, so now the number of visitors for February is twice the number of May. So February over here is 2,000, 20,000, sorry, 20,000. And then for May, how many is May? May is 40K in this case over here, right? So if I draw two lines, okay, I'm gonna make this red. So February is here, right, which is 20K, and then May over here, draw this line, is 40K. That's what you see over here. Okay, so the answer is correct. So February is twice, the number of visitors for February is twice the number of May. So this is actually false, right? Okay, so in this case, let me put this as black, put A. So Feb is equal to 20,000, May, right? Let me just put like this. Okay, right, A over here, Feb is already to 20,000, May is 40,000, so Feb is equal to half of May. So in this case, it's false, right? Okay, so let's go for B. The average number of visitors for Jan to May is 32,000. Okay, so let's calculate everything. Okay, okay, so for January over here, I'm gonna make this blue, right? So I'm gonna create a line. So January over here is half of 30 to 20. So this case over here, I'm gonna say that this is 25,000. Let's say 32K. Okay, so for the month of March, if you draw this line, this will be 45,000. That's what I see over here. So this is 45,000. Okay, and then lastly, April. April, I'm gonna put green. Oops. Right, and then April, we just draw the line, and this is 30,000. That's what I see over here. Okay. All right. 30,000. Okay. So now we can get the average, right? So let me zoom out a bit. Okay. So for B, let's get the total. All right. So let's calculate the total over here. So total. So I'm going to do this layer sheet. So since everything is thousands, I'm just going to use the two numbers after the thousand. So 25 plus 20 plus 45 plus 30 plus 40. Okay, so and then we multiply this by 1000. Okay, all right, so now we will just add all of them up. So let's use our calculator. 25 plus 20 plus 45 plus 30 plus 40, 160,000 in this case. 160 1 1 2 3. Okay, and then after that, number of months equal to 5, so average is equal to 160 1 2 3, and then divide by 5. Okay, and let's see, 160 divided by 5, this will be 32,000. Okay, great. 3, so that means this is true. Okay, last one. There are 20,000 visitors in June. The average number of visitors, okay, June. Oh, okay, so June. The average number of visitors for Jan to June will increase. Okay, all right. So let's see if this is correct. Okay, let me just draw a line over here. Okay. Oh, yep. Yeah, like this. Okay, so now the next one is, let's go for C. So we know the total plus June is equal to 160 123 plus 20,000. This will give us 180,000, and then number of months is equal to 6. So average is equal to 1800, 180,000, right? And then we divided by 6, this will become 30,000. So in fact, if you were to compare, this is false. Okay, in this case over here. So false, true, false. Okay, let's move on to question number 14. So it says here, Peggy has a cubical tank A of age 40 centimeter and a rectangular tank B as 40, 20, and 35. Tank A was fully filled with water, while tank B was partly filled. Peggy then poured 1/4 of the water from tank A into tank B. After this, the new water level in tank B rose to 6/7 of its height. Find the capacity of tank A. Right, so cubical, what is this? It says here cubical tank means all sides are equal length. So that means this is 40. That means this is also 40. And then this is also 40 as well. Okay. So with that said, tank A is equal to length times breadth times height, which is equal to 40 times 40 times 40. This should be 64 if I'm not wrong. So 40 multiplied by 40 multiplied by 40, 64,000 123 centimeter cube. Okay, and that means this will be 64 liters. Okay, so in this case, let's put it here as 64 liters in this case. All right, so next one is how much water was in the regular tank at first. All right, so how much water was in the regular tank at first? So first is that we know Peggy poured 1/4 of the water from tank A to tank B, right? So in this case, let's say water pour pour from tank A to tank B is equal to 1/4 times 64, which is basically 64 divided by 4. This is 16 liters, right? So 1 divided by 4 multiplied by 64, 16 liters. Okay, so in this case, next thing is we know 16 liters has been poured. After this, the new water level in tank B rose to 6/7 of its height. Okay, so tank B 6/7 height. Okay, B is equal to 6/7 times 35. Okay, in this case, this will be 6/7 times multiplied by 35. This will be 30. Okay, 30 centimeters. So tank B 6/7 height capacity, right, is equal to the length times breadth times height. Okay, so the length is 40 and 20. So 40 times 20 times 30. This will become, let's use the calculator. So 40 multiplied by 20 multiplied by 30, 24,000 centimeter cube. 24,000 centimeter cube, which is equal to 24 liters, right? So from here, tank B 6/7 high capacity. So water at tank B at first is equal to 24 minus 16. This will give you 8 liters. Okay, that's it. So the answer to this is 8 liters. Okay, 8 liters, right? How much water? Yeah. Okay, let's move on to never say which one liters at the beginning. I'm gonna put liters. Okay, next one. Question 15. The original price of each fan is $35. During a sale, the discount given to each fans are shown below. Fan A is $6.84 of original price. Fan B is 20% discount. Okay, part A says which fan was cheaper after this discount? How much is it cheaper? So how much is it cheaper than the other fan? Okay, let's go for fan A. So fan A, after discount or discounted price, which is equal to 35 minus 6.80. Okay, so let's see, 35 minus 6.8, $28.20. Okay, dot 20. So fan B, Okay, discounted price is basically 35 and then times bracket 100 20%. Okay, and what will this give us? So 35 actually just multiply by 80%. Okay, and this will give us dollars 28, right? So in this case, fan B is cheaper, right? Oops. Fan B is cheaper, right? Okay, and then how much cheaper? How much? So fan B is cheaper by 28.2 minus 28. Bruh, it's only 20 cents. No, not a lot. Can't really buy much with 20 cents. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Question number or part B. Jefferson wanted to buy the cheaper fan on discount. He had to pay additional 9% on the discounted price. How much did Jefferson have to pay for the fan in total? Okay, so we know fan B is the fan price. Fan B discounted price is equal to dollars 28. Okay, so now have to pay for the fan, so we need 9%. 9% GST is equal to uh 28 times 9%. Okay, so let's calculate, multiply by 9%. This will be $2.52, 2.52. So total will be 28 plus 2.52 should be 30.52. Okay, pretty straightforward. The answer to this dollars. Okay, there you go. 30.52. That's what you see over here. Let's move on to the next question. Question number 16. A box of biscuits sold at $5.50. So one box. For every buy 5 biscuits, 2 boxes of biscuits are given free. Okay, so Nadia bought some boxes of biscuits and paid a total of $126.50. How many boxes of biscuits did she have? So in this case, we know that one box is equal to dollars 5.50. Okay, and then from here, dollars 126 or dollars 550 is equal to one box, right? One box. So $12 and 12 126.50 is equal to one no 126.5 and then divide by 5.5. Okay, let's calculate using the calculator. 126.5 divided by 5.5. This will give us 23 boxes. Okay, so she paid for 23 boxes, but at the same time, um, boxes, right? So 5 boxes will give you 2 box free. So wait, this is 25 or 23? Okay, yeah. So 23 boxes, okay, is equal to 23, and then we divide it by 5 and then times 2. Okay, so 23 divided by 5, 23 divided by 5 gives you 4.6. So 4.6, right, times 2, right? In essence, we need to round. So 5 boxes is 2 box free. So I would say that, so 4.6 times 2. So the thing is that we won't get zero point 0.6, so it's just 4 times 2, right? I'm gonna write down very small. Remove decimal, as we won't get 0 point 0.6 of box of biscuits. Okay, so that is the real world, right? Remove decimal, as we won't get 0 point 0.6 box of biscuits, right? In this case over here, right? So it's basically 4 times 2, which is equal to 8 boxes free. So then total will be 20. Total will be 23 plus 8. This gives us 31 boxes in total. So that's the answer. Okay, so 31 in this case. Right, let's move on to the next question, part B. In every box of biscuits, there are 10 pieces of biscuits. Daryl needs to get 485 pieces of biscuits. What is the least amount of money he has to pay? So what we can do is one group will become 5 paid boxes plus 2 free boxes, right? Okay, so that means it's also equal to what goes it? One group, oops, group total biscuits is equal to, so this is equal to 7 boxes, right? So total biscuits is basically 7 times 10, which is 70 biscuits. So number of groups is equal to 485 divided by 70, and this will give us 6.9 something something. Then we round up, okay, to give us 7 groups. All right, so now total number of paid boxes is equal to 7 times 5. This will give us 35 paid boxes. So one box is $5.50. So total cost is equal to 35 times dollars 5.5. Okay, and then this will give us half of this. No, 35 times 5.5, $1,992.50. Okay, there you go. Right. Okay, so we need to round up. We round up as we can't split 0.9 in one group. Okay, something like this. So hopefully this makes sense. Okay. All right, so that's it. Let's move on to the next question. Last question, question 17. So take what made blueberry and chocolate muffins to sell. 5/6 of the muffins were blueberry and the rest were chocolate muffins. He sold 1/3 of the total number of muffins. 5/6 of the muffins sold were blueberry muffins. Okay, there were 120 chocolate muffins left. How many blueberries muffins did he sell? Okay, so what we can do is we can say that 5/6 of the muffins, in this case, sold were blueberries, right? So I will write down 5/6. Let me make this big. 5/6 muffins sold were blueberries, right? Blueberries, blueberry muffins. So what this means? So chocolate chocolate muffins sold. So I just convert to units, which means units sold is equal to 6, and then 5. Then so sold is equal to 6 units, and then blue, yeah, berry muffins sold is equal to 5 units, and then whoop whoop whoop. Why is this here? Then chocolate muffins sold is 6 minus 1 equal to, is 6 minus 5 equal to 1 unit. Okay, sold 6 units. So he said 1/3 of the total number of muffins he sold. So he said 1/3 muffins is sold, right? So 1/3 muffins sold, which means is equal to 6 units. So 3 of 3, so one third is 6 units. And then um, so sold is equal to one third of muffins of total muffins. Okay, right. Then left is equal to, so he say 120 chocolate muffins left. Okay, sold one third of the total muffins. So that means one third of total muffins is equal to 6 units. 3 out of 3 of total muffins is equal to 3 times 6, which is 18 units. Okay. So now he says 5/6 of the muffins were blueberry and the rest were chocolate. Okay. So 5/6 of muffins is blueberry. Of total muffins is blueberry. Blueberry, which means 5 over 6 times 18. So let's use our calculator. Right, 5 over 6 times 18 is equal to 15. Right, so which means it's 15 units. Okay, then 5 cell total muffin. So total chocolate muffins fraction is equal to 1 minus 5 over 6 is equal to 1 over 6. Right, so 5 over 6 of total muffins is equal to 15 units. 1 over 6 of total muffins is equal to divided by 5, equal to 3 units. Okay, so total of chocolate muffins is 3 units. Okay, so now we know how much is left. So chocolate muffins is 1 unit. So chocolate muffins is 3 units. Chocolate muffins sold, right, is equal to, if you go up 1 unit, chocolate muffins left is equal to 3 minus 1 equal to 2 units. All right, so how many blueberries muffin did he sell? Okay, so we know we are left with 120, so 2 units equal to 120. 1 unit is equal to 120 divided by 2 is equal to 60. So we want how many blueberry muffins he sell. So blueberry is 5 units. So then 5 units. So I'm just gonna bring this down. Blueberry muffins sold. Here's a 5 units. So 5 units is equal to 5 times 60, which is equal to 300. Oops, 300 muffins. There we go. So that's the answer. All right. That's it. Okay, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want more of this kind of videos, subscribe down below and comment down what other things you want me to go through next. See you in the next one. Bye bye.